Well, morning everybody. It is 3:30 on Sunday morning, and like I said, today is the day we are headed to Texas for combine training. They've got a big chunk of corn down there. Over the course of 2 weeks, they've got sales and other product guys coming in, coming in to do infield training on the Ideal and corn. So this is going to be pretty cool. I'm got a 2 hour and 10 minute roughly drive to get to the airport parking in Detroit, and then I'll get a shuttle over to the terminal and then start carrying into security and stuff. So yeah, this is it. So follow along here and we'll show you what we're doing for the next couple days in Texas. Well, officially made it across the border there. I honestly haven't come across that often lately. The last time was well before all the tariff stuff and everything started happening between Canada and the United States. So wasn't sure what to expect. Was very glad that I printed my itinerary off for what we're doing for training and where and everything like that, because she was very specific in asking for all that stuff. But nonetheless, they let me in, and I'm headed towards the Detroit airport now. So I should be there about 13 or 14 minutes and find some parking to be able to get a shuttle over to the main terminal. Just pulled into the airline parking, and I got a bus, looks like right there, coming to grab me. Never fails. I always give myself tons of time to get to the airport, and I'm always here way too early. Got 2 hour wait time now to get on the plane. So sit here and catch up on some emails and be ready to get on when they start boarding here at 8 o'clock.
Remove the vest from his
Okay, so finally arrived in Houston. Had a little bit of trouble when I got off the plane. My cell phone didn't have any data, so I ended up figuring out what that was. It took about a half an hour to do that, so a little bit longer getting over to the Enterprise rental place. Got my truck. I'm gonna head out now. So what I'm gonna do, try and grab a bite to eat here on the way out of town. There's the Fendt dealership on the way to Campo where we're staying tonight. So I want to swing by there and then maybe just check around the area, see what the local farms are doing, if there's anybody running today or whatever. And then we'll aim to get down to where the hotel is tonight. If there aren't anybody running, then what I'll probably do is run out to where the farm is that the combines are sitting at, so I can at least go take a peek and see what this is going to be all about tomorrow. So we'll talk more in a minute once I get out of town here. Okay, so I'm about an hour southwest of Houston. I just got off the main highway. The Fendt dealership is just up around the corner, about 15 minutes. But I just came out of town finally, and I'm into some country, and I'm finding some first fields of corn. Now, I didn't know what to expect here with the cornfields. I thought that they might still have some green in them, but it doesn't look to me like there's very much. Maybe a couple leaves down on the bottom there, but yeah, so I didn't know what to expect, but it definitely looks like it's going to be fairly dead stalks combining tomorrow where we're going to be combing that. So I'll see if I can find some more fields as I'm going here, but that would just me being silly and being excited about seeing a cornfield because I've been in town for so long today already. So anyways, that's all I was looking at. Tons of trains here too. That's the other thing that I've been seeing, and it's all green. I just turned around and counted on the way back, and it was 100 cars, including the locomotive on the front and the rear. So 98 cars in grain. Oh. First cotton harvester. I didn't figure I'd see many working today, just with it being Sunday coming in today, but looks like they're out tedding some hay, trying to get her dried down and maybe bale tomorrow. It looks like it's pretty close, a little bit of green in it still, but John Deere with a tedder out. Looks like they irrigate whatever that field is behind them too, so pretty neat. A livestock place here on the corner. To their cattle back over. But saw this place off to the side. They've got a bunch of rogator, tarrigator, a couple rogators, broken down tarrigator, case combine, a couple landalls. 2400s, 1100Cs with spinners, 1300B with a spinner. So it's seen better days. Another one back in the side there, back in Air Max there on a 1300C. Nice. There must be a custom group for here. It's gorgeous countryside. And then I found these couple old deers. They must have been doing hay bales in here. Got a whole bunch of them stacked up here down at the end. Bale grabs on the front. Obviously this has been cut, hence why it's so brown and dry, but I am, again, never being to Texas before, I'm surprised at how green it is for how hot it is. And it is hot. It's showing 98 degrees in the truck right now. And to have all these plants still green, oh, it's either the rains have been consistent or it just tolerates it.
Head south on County Road 207.
They've got a linear irrigation system running here. So instead of it being a pivot where it has a center point and then the well's right there, this one, it looks like it's got a water source of some sort, or it's pulling a drag of some sort beside it. I'll get up here a little bit closer to the source. With it being as hot as it is, I can't imagine there's a lot of water hitting the ground. Looks like they're pulling out of a ditch. It just rides right along the edge of it and pulls it out. Yeah, so there you go. So the engine and everything's mounted right onto the unit. And they've got a irrigation trench here. And that float sits out there and it just sucks the water up. And they irrigate with it. And you can very slightly see the tires moving. We're getting into some really big cornfields here, and we're at the Fendt farm. I got all the Fendt.
Continue on County Road 403 for half a mile.
All the Fendt signs up. Fields are, I say, quite large. Road is absolute water ripples. Holy. Pretty neat. Now, my only thought process is, where are the combines? Oh, there's one right there. So there's fields that I've noticed that have headlands on. There's other fields that don't. And I'm gonna have to ask the question as to why. I'm guessing maybe some sort of irrigation, maybe? No, I know all the cotton fields down here from what I've seen, they've maybe got one pass and then a great big driveway and then the rows. These fields here seem to have headlands on them, but the fields up on the highway there didn't. So that will be a question that gets answered this over the next couple days here. Ooh, they're Geringhoffs. Nice. So I'm assuming that we'll end up doing a lot of the course work here. We'll go for a walk. All right, looks like we've got it's just a regular North Star. So non-chopping, but it'll have the chopping rolls down in here. Got the down corn reel on the front of it. This is a 16 row, non-folding, which makes sense with the reel. It can't fold on the whole thing if you were to have the whole thing with the reel on it. If you look at Brian's farm videos, they've got a 12 row, but they've only got the reel on the inside portion of it. So, and then it looks like they don't even have it hooked up, which is fine. We'll be using it to check stuff out, I'm sure. They've got precision head sight, multi-connectors, pretty much standard. We got a 9T. Whew, nice. Guessing this is the new, yep, this is the new model. It'll have the auger folds way back in behind more, which is cool. And then we've got the swing flow spreader. So this adjusts left and right. It uses the paddle, and then this oscillates in the middle to be able to spread it down the center more evenly. And actually, I'm not even sure if these are adjustable. Oh yeah, no, they all move. Everything here moves back and forth to spread. I'm gonna clarify, but I was told that the standard chopper that we've been using on our Ideal 8 and then the 7T that we had last year throws the furthest. I've also heard that the swing flow throws the furthest, so I'm going to clarify that while I'm here this week and find out what we can find out there. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot of differences compared to a 24, but nonetheless, still pretty neat. Nice corn head. So we've got a building to go in for tomorrow in the shade. TVs and stuff. So yeah, so that's the main area anyways. I'd like to know where the combines are that they were harvesting with. They've been down here for a week already. They started sessions on Monday, Tuesday, and then another group would have come in Wednesday, Thursday, and then a group would have come in Friday, Saturday, and then today's their day off. And then we get back started up again here tomorrow and do the same process, and then next Saturday they're done. So anyways, this is where I'll be most of the day. Well, this is where I'll be all day tomorrow, either here or in the combines running in the field. So it's kind of neat to get down here and see what's all set up for tomorrow, and got to find out where those other machines are. That's what we need to find. So Dan came through in the clutch. Dan's our product specialist up in Ontario. He's down here. I think he said it's going to be 15 days by the time he's done. He is one of the good combine guys, so it's awesome that he's down here teaching everybody how to do it. But he just sent me a pin. The combines are running about 20 minutes away from where we just were checking everything out. They're sitting today. They're dead after 9 days straight, he said, so they're taking a day off. They're going to start back up tomorrow, like I told you earlier. But he thinks that the owners, they run deer, they might actually be running. So we're going to zip over there. I'll show you the Fendt combines obviously first, and then if they're running, check it out and see what's going on, and get the drone up maybe too, and get some footage of them combining. So this is the first field. I mean, I've been driving for an hour and a half, and this is the first field where some of the cotton's actually starting to pop. Okay, now we're looking a little better here. You can see a John Deere running with a grain buggy, and I can see some Fendt combines. So we're here. Alrighty. They got a mother bid. This is cool. Okay, I've seen them before, but never actually been around them. And they've got a bagger too. Very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Okay, I'm just pulling in here. I'll park, and then we'll start doing a walk around here. Yeah, this is going to be fun, everybody. This is going to be really, 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 really fun. Sorry, I'm a little giddy. This is going to be so fun, and it's actually really neat because they've got different Geringhoff corn heads here too, which is even better because I can explain some stuff that I haven't been able to in the past. So, what we've got here, I'm going to turn you around. So we've got an 8T, so class 8 track unit, and then we've got a 12-row folding roto disc, and we've got the head sight height control. Then we've got a 8T with the what I call MS Horizon, the lawnmower blade cutting, which is what we use back in Ontario. Then we go to the 9T. And this is an MS Horizon Elite XL is what they call it, but it's an MS Horizon. This is what we call it back home. So we've got a 16-row chopping with the lawnmower blades. And then last but not least, we have a 9T with another let's just double check here. Nope, it doesn't, sorry. It's just a North Star. So it's a non-chopping head, the same as what they've got sitting over at the barn where we're going to be doing all the training stuff. So they've been running, by the looks of it, all 4 of these, and it looks like the customers got 1 or 2 grain buggies of their own, and then I'm guessing that the local dealership brought these buggies out. They must have put on one of their tractors, the John Deere 8R 280. And then Fendt's got their 939, which is a perfect size tractor and an awesome tractor for doing exactly this. Actually, it might be a customer unit. It's got a big, oh no, it's a scale, I think. Yeah, it's just a scale. So they got the scale up in there. And they're running a Brandt 1120 corner auger. And this is a Brent V1000, which again is a corner auger. John Deere 8R 280. And you can see at the back there, they've got at least 1, 2, I think I saw one in the field, 3 more buggies, and they've got the mother bin. So neat. So let's go for a drive. We'll see if they mind if we take a look. So while I have the opportunity, I wanted to look at this at the same time. So this is a dust extraction fan. And I didn't have it on the 2024 that we used last year, the 7T, but I kind of wish we did have it. So it's just taking air, hydraulically driven right here, and it sucks it off the feeder house and pulls it down the side. It looks like there's a truck rolling in here. So they got a 1348 buggy on that one. So I was just talking to the driver of the truck there, and he was saying that they've got 2 of these mother bins. So that's pretty neat. Said it's a game changer for what he does as the driver. Sorry, I just had a bunch of red dog come in on the truck here, but I'll show you. They've got a 1,000 bushel buggy here on an 8310. And probably what I'll do is I'm going to run out the back. They said he wouldn't mind if we went out the back to check things out. So do that, and then we'll hit the mother bin on the way out. But he was saying that the rain to the northeast, I'm assuming as part of those floods that came through a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, has pushed them over this direction, and they've been able to keep going because of that. Otherwise, they'd be sitting still. So we're just coming up on one of their machines. So they've got an S680 with a 12 row on it by the looks of it. And I'm guessing it's not a Stockmaster. So they're going non-Stockmaster, just rolls. And then they've got looks like a big bush hog mower sitting here that they're running behind it, chopping all the stalks before they disc it. Okay, so there's a buggy on the way back. He's pulled over here. So let the buggy come by. Keep the combine moving. It is dusty. Whew. Oh, it's a little man running. Hit our 370 on that 1348 with the tandem axles. Smart. He went through the field, and then it looks like that truck didn't quite get loaded, so he'll dump on him up here. So there's some drone footage that I'll have shown just before this. That X9 and a couple buggies are running. Looks like they've only got 2 or 3 trucks running today just to sort of keep things going. So the mother bin's not getting used. It's full right now. But it seems that he's not stopping very much. He only just stopped a second ago. It looks like he's dumping some onto him and he'll be able to keep rolling. So anyways, I'm gonna head back to the hotel. I'm exhausted after getting up at 3 o'clock this morning and flying and driving all day. So I'll get back there, chill for tonight, and then we'll be back in the field tomorrow and we're gonna be running those ideals. So I look forward to that, and I look forward to show you guys that tomorrow morning. So hope you all have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning. All right, so we're out combining. They did a walk around with us, did a bunch of other stuff. I got Todd here with me. He's my partner in crime here as we're setting stuff up. And what they were doing is they put us in the cornfield and make us set the combine up so that we could get it perfect, right? So we did, I don't know, probably 100 feet. Got out and dug. There was some corn on the ground. We had a little bit of cob that wasn't getting threshed. So we made a couple settings changes. Then we ended up actually dropping a windrow to be able to look at it. And we both didn't make any changes again because we didn't like what that was doing. So then we just fine-tuned it again right now. And I think we're pretty good. So we're gonna run to the end, turn around, try and dump it because we can't see what the sample looks like. But this is pretty cool. I'm enjoying it.
It's awesome.
So
down in Texas.
It's hot. It's hot.
It is hot.
So I'll videotape while we're combining here and stuff. But just know we're having a blast here, and we'll keep playing around and see what we get here.
Awesome.
Cool.
Like machinery, like agricultural.
Well, and it's the explaining of how it works because it's so different than anything else that we do.
For sure.
So we're running field view, and then we've got our combine settings over there. So we're running 470 on the rotor, 0.63 of an inch on the concave, 1300 on the fan, 0.85 of an inch on the top sieve, and 0.53 on the bottom. And you can see by the losses there, there's barely anything whatsoever.
That's your rotor, that's your shafters, and your tailing returners.
So what made the change the last time was actually just bumping that fan speed up. We went 20 at a time, and it seems to have made a huge difference. So we're trying to run 5.5, but this field is extremely rough, and even with the tracks, it's well, you can tell by the bounce in here. It's don't know what this guy did to this field, but he did a job to it.
Yes,
so. So after lunch, you can see the antenna array on the top of this tractor. This is an autonomous tractor, so we're gonna get the chance to play with that, which is gonna be neat. Hadn't done that yet, so that's the only issue we're having is that the John Deere 280 8R is too rough in this field. It doesn't have good enough suspension, so it's not to pick on John Deere, but the Fendt is smoother. Turn it off, gates in the bottom of the bin close. It's gonna tip down, let everything come out, and then tip back up, and we're good. Well, let's just say this, what a day. This has been awesome. We've had things not work properly, we've had to fix them. We've got all sorts of weeds. You can see right here, we cannot go through that. They actually will come back in and spray that, let it die, and then they'll come back and harvest it later. But wow, this is awesome. We're having so much fun. Todd, who you met earlier, my partner with the with another dealership, he's working with me on this combine today, and yeah, we're having a blast. So he's actually running the machine right now. I just hopped out from running, and I'm gonna let him run it so I get some video of it for you guys. So Class 9 track unit, 16 row North Star. So it's non-chopping, and we're running anywhere between 5 and 6 miles an hour, depending on what what the crop's letting us. He's gonna, I don't know if he's gonna go through this spot here or not. It's got those green weeds in it. See what he does. Yep, there we go. So it's got the auto steer running, which makes it nice for us. We haven't got a really chance to play with the automation for the grain buggy, but maybe tomorrow. So we've been working on it all afternoon. Changed a bunch of stuff on us, took a couple things out from inside the combine, and we've been playing with losses and everything like that. We got her dialed in. We're under a bushel worth of loss. Just had all this buildup on the head here. Those green vines. Todd ended up having to stop and let me pull them off. So I was saying to everybody how much fun we've had today.
Oh, it's been gnarly.
It's
been a good time.
We've had stuff break, sensors not read properly that we've got fixed. We took some dividers out on the front parts of the prep pan. We had to relearn how we had the whole thing set up over on the losses. I think we got her dialed in pretty good right now. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. Looks good.
So it's been a really good day. We both had a lot of fun, so we'll see what tomorrow brings. Okay, so we're done combining. We're back in the truck. This is Brandon, our fearless leader for today, AGCO rep. So we're just driving up to the front of where we were yesterday with the mother bin, and they've actually started bagging out of the mother bin. So they're gonna take us up to show us that so we can see it.
Well worth it. Usually they're not that.
So it looks like they did one bag and they just cut it. Now they're starting another one of the two, but so there's the mother bin. What would that hold?
They say 6,000.
6,000 bushels is what they're saying. They're just getting the bagger set up to go again here by the looks of it, and they'll keep filling. So the comment was the field was really rough where we were running today. Even with the tracks, you could tell that it was rough. And the one guy running the deer was struggling because the suspension wasn't doing enough to take it out. And now they've got the Fendt over there instead, and it's still rough, but it's a night and day difference from what they're saying for the suspension. So interesting comment with that, but they're fighting over who gets to drive the Fendt tomorrow for the grain bug. Well, I made it back to the hotel room here. We had a bite to eat at the little shop building there where the main portion happened. Had really good tacos and all that sort of stuff like that. So it was really good. And I just got back to the hotel room. So awesome day. Probably one of the best training sessions that I've ever been to. It was literally get in the combine and try and dial it in to the best you possibly can. And it was just, as you saw, Todd and I were in that combine by ourselves, nobody else with us. There was no instructor or anybody sitting in that machine with us where you had to have someone looking over your shoulders, whatever. It was so awesome. So we had a great day. We're looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is going to be PTX, which is the new precision ag stuff through AGCO now that Trimble's part of that whole family. So we'll get a chance to look at that. I'm actually kind of excited to see that because supposedly anything that we do on the Fendt Ideal, we can now push into the Ops Center for John Deere. It makes it a little bit easier for you to be able to sell a competitive unit that you normally wouldn't be able to. So looking forward to seeing that part. And then we're back out in the field and we're running the rest of the day till 6 o'clock on the combines again, combine and corn. So it'll be all seat time again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll get some more footage, get the drone up, get outside and be able to try and get some more stuff with the machines running. But at the last point there, we had 4 combines all within the one little block with a couple grain buggies running back and forth. And if it wasn't so dusty, I think I would have had some really cool shots, but it didn't come through because of the dust. So anyways, I'm going to sign off for today, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow morning, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. So thanks for watching this portion, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. What a morning. Well, morning everybody. It's day 2 of training. We just got up. We're gonna grab some breakfast downstairs right now and we'll head out to that barn where we did some of the training sessions yesterday. I think we've got some PTX stuff this morning, and then we're back out in the field again running the combines. So it should be an interesting day. So come and join me and we'll have some fun. Okay, YouTube, so here's our challenge for this afternoon. We got 30 minutes to run the combine and get to sort of figure out where things are, how the settings are and stuff like that. And at the end of the 30 minutes, they're gonna come in, they're gonna jack the whole combine around on settings for us so we have no idea where it's gonna be at. And then they're gonna cover the monitor screen so we can't see the speeds. And we're both racking our brains going, how do you set a combine without being able to see the speeds? So I wanna hear in the comment section, how would you do this if this was you sitting in this scenario, trying to figure out how to get this combine dialed in and not knowing what any of the speeds on the machine are, or sieve settings, or concave, or anything. How would you do it?
Look all right back there?
Yeah, it looks clean.
I guess I shouldn't believe that spike at high because we didn't have much loss.
So we just did a loss check too, and Todd and I counted 53 kernels across the entire width of the head. So 80 kernels would be 1 bushel over the whole width. So we were still 3/4 of a bushel loss. But then TJ counted the header loss across the front before the combine went over, and there was 32 off the head. So we were probably lower than that. We were probably down around 22, 23, which is darn good. So we're playing with the loss sensors here. We're getting a little bit of a spike, pardon me, every once in a while. And we do have the sensitivities turned up quite high, but we're just trying to make sure that we believe it or not.
Yeah, we sped the head up trying to take care of that header loss.
So the nice thing about Geringhoff is they've got their own speed showing on their own monitor right here. We had it down around 710, 680s, 710. Pardon me. We got it up around 820 now. Deck plates are a little wider than what we've had in the past, where it's 4. But nonetheless, we're making this thing perform, which is great. But they sure are having fun testing us to see what we can get here and dial it in even better than what we've already got it. Well, that's the end of the infield stuff that we were doing at the training here. So we're back to the shed, and we're gonna have another hour here and then some supper, and then I'm gonna hit the road headed back up to Houston. So by far the best training that I've ever been on. The seat time that we got in the combines, the instructors, just everything. They did a really good job. I learned a lot, and having the experience that I've been able to have over the last 15 years with combines to be able to learn something, that's awesome. Awesome. So anyways, gonna head in there for that. I want to thank the AGCO crew for putting this on. They did a really good job. They spent a lot of time here. They've been down here for 15 days away from their families and everything like that, trying to get this set up for us. So huge thank you out to them. Brandon and TJ were our guys that were working directly with us, so thanks to them specifically. They really challenged Todd and myself, as you could see by how we had to set that combine without seeing any of the settings. So huge thanks out to them. And yeah, it was great to meet Todd and a bunch of the other guys that were here. I think we all learned lots, and I think we all had lots of fun. So I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you when we get back into Detroit tomorrow. Well, morning everyone. It's the Wednesday morning here. I've been up since 2:30 to get over to the airport, return the rental car. There was a ticket mishap in the system, so I couldn't check in early, so I ended up having to wait for almost 4 o'clock to be able to talk to one of the people at the counter. Got it all figured out, got on the plane. They actually got us in early, so I was supposed to be here at 9:30. It's 8:45. So I'm gonna get in the truck. I'm heading across the border. Hopefully they'll let me back into the country. And we've got some demos to do today. So I'm gonna head up towards Wyoming to try and get that done. But just like I said yesterday, I can't thank the AGCO staff and everything enough for what they did at that training session. They've been down there. They've been teaching for 15 days. They were down there for 2 or 3 days earlier than that. And to be away from their families and everything like that, just to be able to put on a training session like that, huge thanks to them. Phenomenal job. I'm looking forward to, if I ever get a chance to go back down, to be able to do that or go somewhere else if they're doing weed or whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for that. Yeah, so I'm going to call this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that happened over the last 4 days. It's been a whirlwind, and it's been a ton of fun, and it's time to get back to work here. So we'll get back into the demos and see what we can do here back here in Ontario. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.